the novelty music, and I told you there were two styles very important. You know, in the 1920s, it opened is the stride music and the novelty music. But this guy, Lucky Robert, with this song, Pork and Beans, that he wrote, opened the door to that kind of stride music, which was much more into, we'll go directly to the modern jazz music. You know, this branch of stride music is obviously the beginning of, you know, of the modern jazz. Because the trad jazz is mostly connected with the pure ragtime, with the boom chick, you know, and but this kind of stride music really opened the door to the jazz, modern jazz that we know. Okay, another beautiful style of or composer that I discovered, because you know when you think about ragtime music, you think of a style of music, but it was an era as well. And you know, the ragtime music, you know, when I played, I sang this funny song, too much mustard in. Okay, that was written in England. It was a march, very straight march at first. Very straight, very square. Then it crossed the ocean, came to America, and then it started. So it swing a little more, and then a lady by the name of Irene Castle, who was the lady of dance in America, create a dance on that. So ragtime music was not a music for dancers. They were dance that was created for ragtime music. A lot of people think, oh yeah, ragtime is the toe tapping, and yes, it's toe tapping because it's happy and it's fun, and you know you want to toe tap your your toes. Your feet, but I mean, it was not music for dance, but dances came after. Some dances were created for the ragtime music. And this one was probably the first one, the Too Much Mustard. And in the 50s, they made the song, Too Much Mustard, with the lyrics. So, you know, but it started as a simple march from England. So it's, you know, to see how when it crosses the other side, something can happen.
It's the mustard.
So anyway, so another great composer I discovered, I told you I discovered Monsieur Lafrenière from Quebec. But this one studied in Paris, and he was from Haiti. And in Paris, they gave him the nickname of the Black Chopin. Of course, he was a black guy. And his name is French. I mean, he's French he's from Haiti, so he's Cajun. Not Cajun, but Creole. And his name is Louis. No, not Louis Moreau-Gottschalk. Because Louis Moreau-Gottschalk was from New Orleans. And he was before ragtime music. He was a precursor of ragtime music in the classical time. And he was a big competitor of Mr. Franz Liszt here. When he came to Paris, actually Franz Liszt kicked him out of Paris. He didn't want him there. He was afraid. Because Gottschalk was so technical, so good, and so sexy for this little French ladies that he was afraid because he was the star. Franz Liszt was the star in Europe. He was the pianist, the star. And he didn't like Mr. Gottschalk. He was afraid. He kicked him out. He asked. And what happened with, but his name, this guy is Ludovic Lamotte. And I would like to play for you is Habanera, Danza Norberwood. He wrote a series of danza, 9 dances, and the first one is called Habanera. But remember, one Habanera, which was very popular. I played it for you earlier.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Scott Joplin. And it's a habanera. So all this music was all connected, the ragtime and all these style of popular genre of music. Habanera of Monsieur Ludovic Lamotte. So I was so like, wow, to discover all these great composers. When I was playing a lot of classical music, it's so funny because I was really attracted of this period of time, you know, like Debussy, Ravel, and Stravinsky, or Bartók. I always loved this kind of turn of century 1900s music or late 1890s. I don't know why. And then I ended up playing ragtime music. It's so funny. Yeah, it's just you know, crazy. But I love this ragtime music because of the freedom that it gives. You know, when you go to your piano lesson, you're stuck to really play all the notes, you know, like this, and you don't change anything. You know, in jazz, sure, in pop, sure, and even in classical music, before classical music, because in what we call the general classical music, there is Renaissance, Baroque music, classical music, romantic music, modern music. You know that. In classical, all these styles. They were improvising a lot during, you know, the time of Baroque and Renaissance and all these time. They, you know, they were doing a lot of improvisation. But in the classical, something happened, and I think it was connected with the money. You compose for me, I have money, I pay you, and then you don't change anything. I don't know if it's true, but I can't wait to meet Beethoven or Mozart or Haydn and talk with these guys because something happened weird with the music. I think so. You know, why they were so stick and so like by the book, you know, instead of keeping this kind of open mentality of, you know, the interpreter, the people who play the music. Anyway, so with ragtime music, you're allowed to do it and you have to do it. And this is what I like. You know, so you can play a rag. Okay, I had a special request, and somebody asked me to play black and white rag. And I didn't play it since a little bit, but black and white rag is written a certain way on the paper. But if you have the music with you and you hear what I'm going to do, it's not the same thing at all. So, you know, this is what it's fun because you can put your own signature in a song and it was perfectly fine.